Okay, welcome to a new class. Today we are going to learn a little bit more about giving advice, medical advice. But before we start with that, I want to review with you the vocabulary we learned a few days ago. So let's see. Let's go to the upper left part and we're going to find this girl. So what does she have? Based on what's on the desk and what she's doing, we can say that she has a cold, right? So we can say that you have a cold and you usually have fever, you take some medicine, drink a little bit of orange juice, orange or lemon tea or lemon juice. So that's possible, right? Warm lemon juice. Okay, another below we have another image. This girl here with her teddy bear in a hand. What does she have? She has a fever. So we can say I have a fever or you have a fever, right? And this boy, what does he have next to him? Well, he has tissues. That's correct. Now, in the case of this girl here, in the upper part, it seems that she doesn't feel well, right? So we can say that she has a headache. That's correct. Now, in the following image, we can see this girl too, with glasses, and she has an earache. So remember, we have a headache because the following pronunciation is going to be the sound like of a consonant, while here we're talking about a vowel. So we're using an in this case. Okay, so this boy is about to sneeze. That's correct. This poor guy, well, it seems that he has a stomach ache. Yes, a stomach ache. Then we have here a lot of things that can help you. So we would say this is medicine, right? This is medicine. And here we have some medicine inside this box. So this is officially a first aid kit. Okay, I hope you did good in this review of vocabulary. So let's see. Giving health advice with should. That is going to be our topic for today. What phrases do you use to give health advice? So, for example, what happens if someone that's around you is sick and she comes with you, oh, I have a headache or oh, I have my stomach ache? What would you tell her? Probably you can say, well, you can take some medicine or you should drink a little bit of water or drink some tea. Chamomile tea helps, etc. Right? So there are different possibilities to give advice. Today we're going to learn one of them. So let's look at this comic first. After a couple of rainy days, a report comes out. Today we're making interviews on how people feel after the rain this week. Morning, ma'am. How do you feel after the rain we had this week? To tell you the truth, I'm feeling bad. I have a terrible headache. I'm sneezing a lot and also have a cough. Oh, she should go to the doctor. Shouldn't you go to the doctor? I know I should, but I lost my job today and I don't have money to go. She shouldn't be outside ill like that. I should help her out. I'll take you to the doctor. Let's go. Thank you. Should I call a taxi? Yes, I think we should. What I don't remember is if I brought enough money. The end. Okay, so in this comic, we can see that the reporter wanted to do an interview, but then she saw that the other person was really sick and needed help, right? So she stopped the interview and she decided to help her out. So she's giving advice and asking for advice. What phrases is she using, the reporter, to give advice and to ask and give observations to help this person who is ill? Well, you can see that she's thinking to herself, she's saying she should go to the doctor, right? She also asks, shouldn't you go to the doctor? Or she says, she shouldn't be outside ill like that, right? She's thinking it. And then when the other woman who's sick answers, she also uses these phrases with should, right? I know I should, but I lost my job. And should I call a taxi? So we can see that we're using should to give advice, give health advice. Affirmative and negative statements. So we can see that for sentences like I should go to bed, affirmative sentences and statements, we can use subject, modal, verb, and complement. For example, you should go to the doctor, or he should tell his parents, for example, or she should tell her parents. Okay, if it's affirmative, but now if you want to make negative statement, you use should not, but we use the contraction shouldn't, right? So they shouldn't eat sweets, for example, or they shouldn't stay away from tree, or they should stay away from trees, right? It depends on the case. But this would be the case of affirmative and negative statements. Now, yes, no questions. So in the case of questions, we start with the modal, not with the subject. So you can see we have, should I go to bed, right? So the complement in the verb is similar. The subject too, but the position is different. So should you go to the doctor? Should we stay in bed? Should people eat sweets, right? So those are yes, no questions. The possible answers would be yes, you should, or yes, we should, or yes, we should tell his parents, or no, they shouldn't, or no, they shouldn't eat sweets, right? So there are different possibilities. You can make short answer or a little bit longer answer. We were saying information questions usually start with the WH word, right? Or a word that has WH. So what, why, when, where, and how. And then we have the modal. What should I take to bed? Why should you go to the doctor? When should it stay in bed? Where should we eat sweets? And how people eat sweets, for example. So in this case, in the case of information questions, we're asking for specific information, and people will give us that information with complete sentences, right? Now, let's check. Read the following statements and questions and check if they are correct. For this, I will ask you to grab your notebook, okay? So you're going to write the sentences correctly on your notebook, and we're going to check them. So let's see them first. Should I go to the doctor? You not should go to work. He in bed should stay. Should take medicine we. And why I should rest. So please pause your video, write the sentences or questions correctly, and after that you unpause the video. Okay, so please pause the video. Okay, now that you finished and that you already unpaused the video again, so we're going to check which are the correct sentences. So we should have, should I go to the doctor? It's a question, not a sentence. You should not go to work, right? Or you shouldn't go to work. He shouldn't stay in bed. Should we take medicine? And why should I rest? Okay. So as you can see, this is the correct way to use should for giving advice. If you have any questions, contact me and I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Take care. Bye.